Hey, what's happening, everybody? Mac the Duelist coming at you again from the TCG Enterprise, where we talk about all your favorite card games. So you guys finally did it and finally completed a long and grueling process for Tyrannomon. This awesome deck that I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys. And believe it or not, there's going to be new support that's going to be coming up next year. So I wanted to go ahead and at least show you guys phase 1. V1 of this deck profile for Tyrannomon, and then once it gets updated in, I believe in February of next year, then we'll go ahead and do another one. So I have this awesome mat, you guys. I ended up picking up from AliExpress for all your awesome needs. If you guys want to pick up some pretty good, decent, discounted play mats or any other kind of supplies, they're always fun. You guys can go ahead and check that out. That's where I ended up getting this one. So starting off, you guys, we're going to go ahead and go on with this here. We are going with 4 of the big guy. That's right. We're going with 4 of the Rust Tyrannomon. This one is really powerful. During your turn, if you have a green Tamer in play, this Digimon can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. During your turn, when this Digimon deletes one of your opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That's pretty good. Consider the fact that this is such a heavy hitter, it could definitely do a lot of severe amount of damage in the game. Very easily stackable to get this thing out because we're running a majority of green in this deck. However, with the new support, it's a little bit more balanced with a hybrid base, so we might end up changing the layout fairly, a little bit more of the half and half side. Speaking of half and halves, we are going with 4 of Master Tyrannomon. This is the newest support that came in for Tyrannomon. This one's really awesome. That came out from BT8, which is where I also ended up getting the new Myotismon support. And yes, there will be a dual video of Myotismon in the near future. I haven't forgot about that. I haven't forgot about you guys and your request for that. So, with Master Tyrannomon, during your turn, all your Digimon with Tyrannomon in their name will gain Security Attack 1. It'll delete, it'll check one of your security checks on towards your opponent, and it does 1 additional, which is really good. We could use that. When it goes on towards the security attack, it'll do an additional one if it's on the security stack. Then we're going to be going with 4 of the Metal Tyrannomon. It's always good to have this one. You need to have 4 of this guy. He's a really good beater. When it deletes one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon, you unsuspend this Digimon. So that way it could go ahead and get a good lineup going, and you have a lot of heavy hitters in this deck. I'm going to be going with 1 Argomon. This is kind of controversial. A lot of people run this card and a lot of people don't. Surprisingly enough that not a lot of people do end up running this card. Even if it is at 1 on your ban list for Digimon, it's still a very good card to have into play. When one of your opponents, when one of your Digimon evolves onto this card from your hand, you can suspend one of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the devolution by 3. Anything to reducing out the Digivolve or anything to increase for memory cost is amazing. Any memory boost and any lowering down on Digi-Evolution is amazing, and it should definitely be utilized without question. When attacking, you can play a level 3 Digimon card from your hand, suspended without paying its memory cost. That's always good. Especially since we have a lot of things that we can get out of here. We have to Digivolve right away. All the more reason to have it. Then we're going to be going with 4 of the Tyrannomon from the BT2. When Digivolving, reveal 3 cards at the top of the deck. Add 1 level 5 Digimon card and 1 green Tamer card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. This is always good because then that way it gets you the cards that you need from the deck. So then that way you don't clog up and you don't brick. This one is really awesome. I love the artwork on this one. And this one is from the EX1. This is regular Tyrannomon. When Digivolving, if you don't have a Taiga in play, you may pay 1 from your hand without paying the memory cost. This Digimon is also treated as green. As you can see, it's got the 2 and the 2 on the red and the green. When this Digimon has the Tyrannomon in its name, it'll gain plus 2000 Digipower, which is really, really, really good. This guy can be a small little hitter, but hit pretty hard as well, especially when you're going on towards a lot of the stack ups with Digi-Evolution. Another one is the promo that we ended up getting from my one buddy who's awesome, Scott the Fanatic from Team Forbidden. He ended up getting me a whole set on this thing. This is the green Tyrannomon. It has a effect when it's on your turn. This Digimon will gain plus 3,000 Digipower, making it 7,000, which is really, really good. Then, while this Digimon is level 6 or higher, it gains 2,000 Digipower. So it will get pretty big. So definitely having the 4 of these is very, very good. Any less would be kind of controversial. It would definitely have to coincide if you're going to be going half green and half red with this deck, but you definitely want to have a lot of this out, especially since you're running the Rust Tyrannomon. Then we're having 4 of the Palmon. When you attack the opponent's Digimon, this Digimon will gain plus 2,000 DP for the turn. It's always good to have that, and it's just something to have. That way the Digivolve cost is 0, so you can just drop it right off the bat, which is really, really good. Then we're going to be going with 4 of the Argomon, the green one. This one is from the BT2 also. Same thing as for the Tyrannomon. This one is a little bit controversial from the red counterpart. I know a lot of people would like to do a little bit more onto the red rush style. I particularly like green, and green is also one of my favorite colors. This Digimon will gain 1,000 DP during your turn. It's not a lot, but its Digivolving cost is 0, which gives it a lot more of a substantial amount to go ahead and start making a lot of plays. Then with our level 3s, extras, we're going to be going with 4 Betamon. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add a level 4 of a green Digimon or 1 green Tamer among them to your hand. Place the remaining in the bottom of your deck in any order. We need to be able to have a lot of searchings, and this basically gives us that reason to do so. Aside from all the Digimons, now with the Digimons, we're going to be going with our Tamer lineup, and our Tamer lineup is pretty standard. I will definitely change it up once the new support comes in. We actually have a new Taiga, which is kind of interesting. The artwork looks kind of weird. It looks like that a Buzz Lightyear meme. You guys know which one, where he's stretching his neck. It looks kind of weird. But anyways, we're going to be going with 4 of the regular Taiga. This one is from also the BT2. A lot of support in that one. During your turn, all your Digimon with Tyrannomon in their name will gain piercing. When it attacks and delays the Digimon and survives, it will do a security check as it would normally do. And during your turn, when Digivolving one of your Digimon into a Digimon from your hand with Tyrannomon in its name, you can suspend this Tamer to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 1, which is really, really good. Then you could also play this thing without paying its memory cost on a security check, so might as well. Then we're going to be going with 2 Mimi Tachikawa. During the start of your turn, if you have 2 memory or less, you set your memory to 3. Memory boosting is very important, and it should always not be taken for granted, because I run a whole bunch of these, and it always helps to always get your memory going, especially if your memory is really low and you can automatically set it to 3. It gives you an advantage in the game, and it should definitely be taken into consideration. During your main, if you have a level 5 or higher Digimon in play, you can suspend this Tamer and hatch 1 Digi card into an empty space under your breeding pool or breeding area. Or move 1 of your level 3 or higher Digimon from your breeding area to your battle area. This allows you to go ahead and get a lineup set up, so then that way you're not constantly like figuring out how you're going to go ahead and do it, but at the same time you constantly have a replenishment of your army, so then that way you don't have to continuously have have to back and forth everything. You can just go ahead and go into one whole cycle, like an assembly line. The security check, you can pay this thing without, you can play it out without paying the memory cost. Finally, we're going to be going with one Izzy Uzui and Mimi Tachikawa. I mess up on the name. I apologize if I'm butchering it. But anyways, at the start of your turn, if your opponent has suspended Digimon in play, you'll gain 2 memory. Memory boosting. I'm telling you, it's good. Your turn. When you attack with a level 5 green Digimon, you may suspend this tamer to reveal 3 cards from the top of the deck. You may Digivolve 1 green level 6 from among them. The attacking Digimon onto the attacking Digimon without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Gee, I wonder which level 6 that we want. Oh, I got one. We definitely go with Rust. You got to go with Rust. It is a level 6. Then, of course, just like all the other tamers, you could play this without paying the memory cost, which is always good. As far as our options go, a little bit kind of weird, but they still work. I'm going with 1 green memory boost. Reveal the top 4 cards of the deck and add 1 Digimon card from among them to your hand and place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Then place this card into the battle area. You could trash this card onto the delay to gain 2 memory. And then you can also, if a security check, you could place this card in its owner's battle area right off the bat, which is always good. Then we're also going to be going with 1 hidden potential discovered. This is a very substantial card for a green deck. And when the new updates come, I was more or less likely I'll keep this card in here. It's really good. The next time one of your green Digimon Digivolves this turn, you may suspend 1 Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution. Oh my god, tongue twister. By 5. Yes, and this is really why I believe it's this card that also got reduced out to 1 and limited onto the ban list for Digimon just because of that fact and that fact alone. Then we're going to be going with 2 Flower Cannon. It's always good. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon because Rest Tyrannomon affects out when there's a lot of suspended Digimon. All the more reason to go ahead and have this be into play. Then on a security check, you could suspend all your opponent's Digimon without blocker, which is really good. A lot of times people aren't going to really use it. A lot of things with blocker, and some will. Those ones that aren't, that way it gives us free access to go ahead and hit the opponent's field, and it gets really beefed up, really nasty. Finally, we're going to be going with 2 Needle Spray. It does the same exact thing. The suspending of your opponent's Digimon. However, on the security, activate this card during the main effect, and then add this card to your hand. Finally, on towards our eggs. With our eggs, we are going to be going with 2 Paimon. It's Paimon. When attacking once per turn, if you attack an opponent's Digimon, trigger, draw 1 card, and draw 1 card from your deck. It gives you a little bit of a nice draw power. Why not? And then finally, we're going to be going with 3 Minamon. Why? If you attack with it, it'll gain 1,000 DP for the turn. Why not? Just because. And these are good to get stacked upon just because as well. So that's it for the deck profile, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys want to see some play-by-play with this deck, I'll be more than happy to also show a deck video of this basically going into play and into battle. Why not? I already know that I have my Otismon in the weights. You guys want to see dual videos of that, I'm more than happy to go ahead and do that for you. I have 1 more Digimon deck as well to go ahead and show you guys, but I'm waiting for a particular deck that's going to be coming out in about 2 weeks. So I'm waiting for 1 particular card into that deck so that I can go ahead and add it into it. So you guys will see an updated Digimon deck for my final Digimon deck in October in about 2 weeks. I might make a 4th deck. If you guys want, you guys can go ahead and comment down below and give me suggestions, because I'm honestly stumped. because I was actually particularly going to go ahead and just go with 3 Digimon decks. But if you guys have a 4th for me, go ahead and write it on down. You guys already know that I'm already going red-green, and the other one was purple for my Argomon. So I have literally many other colors that I can go with. I do have one deck, and I will give you a hint. It is black. So I'm going with a black deck for the next deck profile, but that means that I don't have a yellow deck. That also means that I don't have a blue deck. So if you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and comment down below. I'll be more than happy to go ahead and figure out something. We'll see what we can go ahead and cook up with, you guys. And don't forget as well, for this update as well, for the February or so for Tyrannomon, I'm definitely going to be having a deck profile coming up for that. But if you guys like what you see here, go ahead and like and subscribe, and also comment down below. Like I said, for suggestions, comments, concerns, whatever have you, I'm more than happy to go ahead and answer your guys' questions. And at the same time, hit that post notification bell to get notified when things are happening and when they do happen. Stay safe out there and enjoy your guys' days. Happy gaming.